Chairs is the devised piece that I directed and performed for my AGCC drama examination. The artistic intention of the chairs was to criticize how society forces people be monotonous and conform to its standards. I applied the creative process of the British physical theatre company Frantic Assembly, and thereby my piece heavily exploited the use of body language to communicate. I chose physical theatre because the sequenced movements would explicitly and effectively reveal a sense of conformity. At the same time, physical theatre restricts the use of dialogue, and thus it reflects how conformity limits the freedom of speech. Chair was a stimulus prop I used at the beginning of our creative process, as it is one of the most common objects that people use for the same purpose, sitting. I thought the chair would well reflect unity. Also, I liked the visual effects that the chair could create in physical theatre. In terms of the costumes, the members of society who complied with the rule wore black clothes to indicate unity. On the other hand, the victim wore a blue shirt to identify her individuality. We performed at a drama studio where the space between the audience and the performers is very intimate. This choice of performance space was intended to show every detail of the play to the audience, as it would viscerally awaken them to the severity of the social problem implied in the play. This particular scene depicts the victim, I, being physically and psychologically harassed by the members of society for not complying with their rule. Inspired by Frantic Assembly's chair duet, we choreographed the sequences with the themes of aggression, hostility, and violence. The background music that we chose is Caustic Window by Aphex Twin, as we thought its complexity and disturbing sound effect would comply with our themes. We choreographed the movements based on this music. General Orange Wash was used for the lighting to show all 4 duets happening in a linear line, as the movements were all connected between the duets. The Bekai is the play written by Euripides, and I co-directed the performance and played the character Dionysus. We applied the creative process of Nihai Theatre Company, who focuses on a visceral storytelling by the use of ensemble. Also, we incorporated many elements of physical theatre. Many of our scenes have an ensemble work doing choreographed movements, as we wanted to effectively depict the Bekai as the chorus of Dionysus. Dionysus was played by 2 actors, including myself, 1 male and 1 female. We made this particular choice because we wanted to show both masculine and feminine characteristics of Dionysus when seducing. I worked very hard to share the same quality of movements with the other Dionysus, when at the same time I had to exhibit more of feminine physicality. In this scene where Dionysus is seducing Agave, we used string instruments for the background music to create a rather sincere and sedate atmosphere. We performed in the Performing Arts Center, which has the proscenium stage. We covered the stage in white to use paints. We chose to use the paints to reveal the vibrant energy of the Bekai and Dionysus. Also, the paints represented Pentheus' blood. The visual effects that the paints created were very engaging and intriguing to the audience. We had several disco balls up in the ceiling to be used for creating a party-like atmosphere when the Bekai praised and cheered for Dionysus. I, Dionysus, and the other Dionysus wore wine-colored dress or shirt and white suit to distinguish ourselves from the chorus. Also, the color wine represented Dionysus as the god of the grape harvest and wine. On the other hand, the Bacchae were all in white so that the paints could be seen clearly to the audience. Family as the devised piece that I performed for my IB Theater collaborative project. The artistic intention of the family was to make the audience to reconsider about the stereotypical definition of family. A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen was the stimulus we used, in which we came up with the themes of pressure and stereotype. And based on these themes, we drafted a storyboard in which one character is constantly brainwashed by the other members of the family to behave happy. In fact, an extract from Nora's monologue and a part of the conversation between Nora and Helmer were occasionally used as dialogue. We decided to use a minimalistic set that was only composed of a wardrobe and several blocks. This choice was made for us to have enough space to do movements based on physical theater. Also, as most of our scenes were abstract and stylized, we thought the minimalistic set would heighten the sense of absurdness. We applied the creative process of various professional theater companies including DV8, Shared Experience, Gecko, and Frentig Assembly. Then we assimilated various theatrical techniques and created the piece. Yet physical theater and epic theater were the main theatrical styles we focused on.
Families are meant to be happy!
This particular scene depicts one character, I, being tied up and pressurized by other members of family yet trying to escape. We adapted physical style of theater that incorporated violent movements. The background music that we chose is 7 Days Later by John McCaff, as we thought its dark and mysterious atmosphere suitably comply with our theme of pressure. Our physical movements could be accentuated by this use of music. We used red wash for the lighting in the scene to heighten the sense of violence.